Bring it back to America and the American election. Whether Donald Trump is president or whether Kamala Harris is president will have a great bearing on how this conflict ends and the way in which it ends. What do you think will happen? Or perhaps I'm wrong to say whoever's president will have a great effect on how it ends.
Well, Donald Trump certainly thinks will have a great effect. He thinks that if he's elected, he can put an end to this conflict very quickly. In fact, he's advertised that he believes if he's elected in November, he can settle the conflict before he moves into the White House in January of 2025. And he argues that Kamala Harris, who is just Joe Biden warmed over, will not be able to settle the conflict. I don't think either one of them will be able to settle the conflict. I think the problem here is that we are so deeply committed at this point, and the Russians just don't trust us, that they will demand, they will make demands that I think neither Trump nor Harris will be able to accept.
Vladimir Putin has said that he would prefer, before Joe Biden pulled out of the race, he would have preferred Joe Biden to be re-elected than Donald Trump. Do you think he's being sincere there?
He might have been. I think in the final analysis, the Russians don't care very much who's in charge in the United States. For them, it's Tweedledee and Tweedledum, right? It doesn't really matter very much. You remember, Donald Trump was elected on the grounds that he was going to improve relations with the Russians. He was going to have good relations with Putin. He was going to reduce the American military commitment to Europe and so forth and so on. None of that happened. And by the time Trump left office, his relations with the Russians were no different than Joe Biden's, who came after him, and no different than Barack Obama's, who came before him. You want to remember that Donald Trump is the American president who decided to arm the Ukrainians. Right? Barack Obama did not arm the Ukrainians. It was Donald Trump who did. Donald Trump talked a good game, but in the final analysis, he couldn't do much to change U.S. relations with Putin or with Russia more generally. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, will it be different this time? He believes it will be. We'll see. I wouldn't bet a lot of money on it.